folks, this is a live stream, and in this video, I'm going to show you how a couple of days ago, like 2 or 3 videos ago, the video is called. Let me bring the video up where you can see it. I I told you that something would happen today and also tomorrow, connecting to this one, connecting to Trump. Now watch. Let me just show you the video name first. That way you can see it. It is this one right here. It's the one with Trump with a heifer behind him, and the title says, "It's coming." It's coming. All right. So it's got Trump with a heifer. All right. It's under the live stream section. Anyway, so in that video, I was telling people that something's going to happen today. And if it didn't happen today, because this is a more likely date, but if it doesn't happen today, that it still has a connection to tomorrow, because this particular number equation that connects to Trump and Elvis, it connects to both days kind of, but more to today than it did for tomorrow, right? And someone's asking me about the red heifer thing. Right now, I don't want to talk about that. Ask me that later in the stream, maybe, or in a different live stream. But it has nothing to do with the red heifer. I just put that picture up there because of the red heifer controversy thing. But so in that video that I just showed, I mean the picture I showed, that's where I said that something would happen today, and it was connected to Trump mainly, because that's what the number equation was, mainly to Trump. But I said that it could have a connection to Elvis too, right? And so in that video, I was showing this equation. Now, before I show you the connection to the prediction that I made, first let me just rehash what I said, okay? Let me just rehash what I was talking about in the video, okay? I was connecting the date, all right? Pay attention. I was showing much more. I'm not going to show the whole thing, what I showed in that video. There was much more connections. I'm just showing you just a particular number that I was showing, because there's much more to this equation than what I'm showing here, okay? So Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown on June 11th, 1977. And that same year, that was the same year Elvis died. Elvis died on August 16th, 1977. And I told you, everything to do with Elvis has to do with the Seattle and the Needle. I'm not going to get into the connections right now. So the year Elvis died, there was a horse who won the Triple Crown in horse racing. And the Triple Crown is the most prestigious race thing to win in horse racing. And Elvis was known as the king. Seattle's in King County, where Washington is, and horse racing is the sport of kings. All right, I'm not going to, like I said, I don't want to get into every detail. So the horse Seattle Slew wins the Triple Crown. Slew means to violently kill. It is the past tense of the word slay, and even in the Bible it says that Cain slewed Abel. Okay, so slew means to kill violently. Okay. And so what is the chance that I'm saying that on June 11th, there's going to be a spectacular event in the state of Washington? Get out of Washington State before June 11th. All right. So anyway, so Seattle Slew wins the Triple Crown on June 11th, 1977. And George Washington is connected to this because Seattle's in the state of Washington, not Washington, D.C., state of Washington. Okay. And from Washington's death date to June 11th, 1977, this was the percentage, okay? It had the 17761 in there, and you'll see why I'm showing this in a moment. It has the same numbers as the date, 6/11/77, okay? It's got the 6/11/77, right? It's the same numbers. And if I just showed that, that'd be nothing. That wasn't the point of the video. I was just making reference to how it connects to 1214 and the 61177. Now keep watching. That way, keep watching. That way, you'll see where it ends. So remember, George Washington actually died on 1799, which is what I showed you. This was the actual equation for the death of George Washington to Seattle Slew winning the Triple Crown. But what I want to show you was that even the number 77611 days is connected to Washington's death date, to June 11th, to the day Seattle Slew won. So if you went backwards 77,611 days, it would be landing on George Washington's death date again, okay? And that's Seattle Slew winning the Triple Crown on 6/11/77. Same numbers again, okay? Now, just wait. Like I told you, just wait. I know people are thinking, what the hell is this guy talking about? And again, look what I'm doing again. This is not George Washington's death date. He died on 12/14/1799, but I had to go to 1778 to go from Trump's birthday, the day Trump was born, 6/14/1946. If you go backwards, 6/11/77, it lands on Washington's death date. Okay, but this time it's the numbers are 6/11/77 or 6/11/78. All right, and is it just a coincidence that Elvis died between 77 and 78, and Trump turned 78 this year? Okay, now, so I was connecting it to George Washington's death date and to Trump and to Elvis and to this puzzle, right? And I told you that George Bush Jr. was the 9/11 president, right? And I was showing you guys that because George Bush was also born the same year as Bill Clinton and Trump. And from George Bush Jr.'s birthday, because he was the 9/11 president, to this year, 6/11, when I'm telling you Seattle's going to be struck, it's 77 years, 11 months, 6 days. So there's that 7/7/6/11 number again. 7/7/6/11, because that's when it's going to happen, June 11th. But this year, not in 77, but that it all connects to that day, because the ritual happened the year Elvis died. So you'd had to have the connection to Elvis dying, okay? And so it's got the 7/7/11/66, 6/11/77 connection, right? Now, so from the day Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown to this year, 6/11, the equations of the years and the months, everything connects to 6/11, even the prime numbers and everything. But I'm not going to show you that. I just want to show you again about how the numbers. So from 6/11/77, the day Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown, to this year, 6/11. Look at the day. Look at those days again. This is the amount of days. 17167 days. That's up to the day, but not adding the day. If you add the day, it would be 68 days. But up to that day, it's 67. So it's 17167. So it's got the 6/11/77 numbers, 6/11/77, and it's from 6/11/77 to this year. You understand? So it's got that same numbers again. And by the way, like I said, there's so much more. That's nothing when it comes to this equation. All the numbers are perfect to 6/11. All right, but I'm not going to show that right now. You got to go watch that video where I was showing you the predictive programming that's coming for today. All right, that has to do with the June 11th event, or to Trump. I said, hold on. So now it's good. Here's where it gets good. Now I'm going to prove to you how I predicted. You'll see how it all connects right now. Okay, so do you guys remember that shooting? For the people, I want people to write it in the chat. You remember that the most famous school shooting that happened in our lifetime, kind of? The most famous school shooting where these kids were, it was young kids that were No, not that one. The one that happened. No. See, I don't want to say it's the SH, the SH initials. Okay, and yes, that one, but I don't want to say it. It's the SH initials where the supposed kids were at the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, I don't want to get into all that. But uh, that shooting took place on December 14th, 2012. And that is George Washington's death date. And I was connecting George Washington's death date to this puzzle that has to do with today's date and to Trump and to what I was showing you with the Seattle Slew numbers. So from Elvis's birthday, the exact day he's born, to the exact day that you'll see how it all connects, why it had to happen to that shooting, because it's a ritual, folks. All right, whether it happened or not, it's not even I don't care. All right, I'm not even discussing that because you're going to get in trouble. You discuss that because you know what I think about it. I'm not going to even say it. Somebody will tell you what I think about it in the chat. But the reason it happened because it's a ritual. Now, what happened? I mean, what was the connection? What is the connection? Because to Elvis's birthday, look, from Elvis's birth, the day he was born to the exact day this shooting happened, okay, it was 77 years, 11 months, 6 days, or 7 days, if you add the day. But up to that day, it was 6 days, okay? So that's why it had to, and you'll see why it had to be on this day and not the day before. Because if you had used the day before, it would have been exactly 6 days. So it would have connected to both the day before also. And so it was from exact Elvis's birth date to the exact day that shooting happened, right? So you have the 6/11/77 connection, okay? Now, what is important about that day? All right, because let me show you why how it all connects. You'll see in a moment. All right. So from Elvis's birthday, the day he's born, to Trump's exact birth date was 4,175 days or 4,176 days if you add the day. That's from Elvis's birthday to Trump's birthday. Now, from the day of that shooting to today's date of 5/19 is the exact same amount. Okay? So the connection was that day to this year, okay? Because this is the last time you're going to see that, okay? With that connection with that ritual date, okay? So it had to happen on this date. Now, why was it so important that it connects to Trump? Because, see, that's the connection right here is Trump, right? From Elvis's birthday to the day Trump was born, it was the exact same days as from the school shooting to today's date, okay? And why did it have to connect? Because remember, the Elvis's birthday to that day was the Seattle Slew connection, right? The 6/11/77. From Trump's birthday to this school shooting, look at the days. Look, from the day Trump was born to the exact day the school shooting happened was 66 years, 6 months. And if you add the day, it was 1 day. 66 years, 6 months, 1 day, or 0 days. So, the zero is like a crown. So that's why it had to connect to that day. All right. So you have the 666 connection. You have the Seattle Slew connection, which is the 6/11. Okay. So you have both the 6/11/77 connection from Elvis's birthday to that 12/14 George Washington death date, but it was the school shooting date that day. So 77, you had the Seattle Slew connection of 6/11/77. You have the from Trump's birthday to that day is 66 years, 6 months, the 666. But it was also, don't forget that I told you from Elvis's birthday to the day Trump was born, It's the exact same days as from the day of the shooting to today's date. And this is the last time you're going to see that connecting to the ritual, because 12/14 to next year would be too many days. It wouldn't connect to the Elvis to the Trump birth dates. Okay. Now that you know that in that video, I was talking about 12/14, the connection to 12/14. That's the whole video was about the connection to 12/14 and to today's date. And why was I connecting it to today's date? Are you ready? This was the reason. Remember, we're talking about how Elvis connected to the 77 years, 6 months, 11 days to that school shooting day from his birthday. And then from Trump's birthday to that school shooting day was the 66, right? 66 years, 6 months, right? But here's how it connects to today's date from what I already showed you. Because look, from Trump's birthday, the exact day he's born to today's date was the 77 years, 11 months, 6 days. So you had the 6/11/77 connection again. You understand? Because that was the connection with this, the Elvis birthday to that school shooting day, and it was the 66 years, 6 months. So you had the 666, the 6/11/77 with the Seattle Salute connection. And you understand? Okay, now that you know all that, I had to get all of that out of the way. All right. It's like I said, it's so, it's, all of this was me laying the groundwork for what I'm about to show. All right. Here's where it comes in. So what happened today? All right. So there was, a helicopter crash of a president in Iran. All right. By the way, Iran equals 42. IRAN equals 42. Elvis died at the age of 42. Washington is the 42nd state. But listen, so the president of Iran, look at this, the Persian president. There's your PP reference, because I told you the PP is the Antichrist reference. For the people who don't know what I'm talking about, you have no idea. You got to watch my videos. But his name was Abraham Raising the PP, Raisy, whatever his name is. Anyway, so he was the 8th president of Iran. Look, the 8th. You see that? Because Elvis is born on the 8th, okay? Elvis is born on the 8th day. And it's interesting that his name starts with an E, and the R is the 18th letter. Elvis was born on 1/8. But he's the 8th president, okay, of Iran. Now, and by the way, where is it? By the way, let me just show you this first. So guess what day this dude is born? See? Now, I told you today's date would be connected to Trump, and I was connecting that date, 12/14, to today's date. This dude is born on 12/14, this president. Okay? Are you understanding now what I'm showing? How ridiculous is that? Are you getting it? He's born on that day that I was showing in that video. I was connecting the 12/14 date to this date with Trump, and we're talking about a president, okay? A president, man. And where am I, man? I'm lost. Where is this? Oh, yeah, and I told you George Washington's born. I mean, that's George Washington's death date, you see? All right, now, so, but it doesn't end there. It doesn't end there. So, and remember, before I show you the final piece of the puzzle, which is not that big of a deal compared to what I just showed, but look, and remember, I told you it could connect to tomorrow's date also. But listen, because I told you today's date is the more likely date, but it would connect possibly to tomorrow too. And you know what they're doing? Notice that they couldn't find his body yet. So, because whatever excuse they're giving, I don't care. But they're trying to run it into tomorrow. Do you see what I'm saying? Because I told you it has to connect to both days. And why does it have to connect to both days? Because look, the 519th and the 520th prime number, because that's the date, 519, 520, right? The prime numbers, this is the prime numbers, and this is the total. And this is, if you add this total and this total, you get this total, 8485. And why is this important? Because Trump is going to get his head wound on 8-4, but because it's a leap year, it lands on the 8-5 day. So that's why it has to connect to the 8-4 and the 8-5, okay? 8-4, 8-5. It has to connect to both. That's why you have that, okay? It has to connect to both. And that's why it's already over there. It's already the next day, you know? How many hours ahead of us are they, you know? They didn't find the body yet. What time is it in Iran?
The time in Iran is 5:16 a.m.
It's 5:16 over there, a.m. on 5:20. You know, so it's been 5 hours already that they're into tomorrow's date. So 5:19 he goes missing, 5:20. And what if they find him alive? See, there's that, I told you, there's that possibility that he's dead, but he's alive. Get it? Because Trump, I told you, is going to get his head wound. They're going to proclaim him dead on 8-4, but he's going to survive his head wound, his deadly head wound. Okay? I told you, Trump is the image of the Antichrist. He is the Antichrist in the flesh. They're mocking God, okay? Because Jesus is God in the flesh, and the unseen God, like the Holy Spirit, you know, God in heaven, you know, the Father, the Son, you know what I mean? They're mocking, all right? So Trump, he is the Antichrist in the flesh, and Elvis is the unseen, real Antichrist, the one who will be worshipped in the end in some backhanded way. Either his name or the number of his name or his image will be worshipped. Now that you know that what I just showed and all the connections, so from Trump's birthday to this dude's birthday, the president that died, and you know, Trump's the president, right? And by the way, president has PRES, just like Presley. You see that? And this dude's name, and even the Persian has the PERS in it. You know, president is PRES, Presley is PRES, the connection. And Elvis's Graceland, his house looks like the White House. You know what I mean? Now, here we go. So from the day Trump was born to this guy's birthday that's missing right now in Iran, the president, look at this. Trump was born on 6/14/1946 to this guy's birthday. Look, 14 years, 6 months, and 1 day if you add the day. 14 years, 6 months. See that? 6/14, 14/6 to his birthday. See? Another connection. See what I'm talking about? I guess that's just another coincidence, right? What do you think? You think that's just another coincidence? So basically, look, folks, this is. Listen, I'm going to explain something to you. These kind of predictions are nothing compared to what we're talking about. Okay, we're talking about, you know, June 11th is the Washington State event, and the August 4th event is the Trump head wound, right? In Ohio, by the way. And he, like I said, he will get his head wound, and he will survive his deadly head wound, but he will be proclaimed dead, okay? And let me just say this one last thing, okay? To all the trolls out there who don't understand, okay? Because there's going to be this is the way people are. They don't understand When somebody's being led by the Holy Spirit, let me explain to you the difference between me and every other person who's ever made a prediction. Everybody else who makes predictions, not only do they make 50 different predictions, okay, but they always change their predictions. You understand? Every time they make a prediction, it doesn't come true, they change it. With me, I've never changed my predictions. It's always been the same prediction every year, same place, same players. And that's because I know it's from the Holy Spirit. That's why I don't quit. I don't care who trolls me. I don't care who calls me a false prophet. I don't care, because you don't understand. Okay, Noah was preaching and warning people for 100 years before the flood came. You're not going to have to do that with me, all right? Because I told you, if it doesn't happen this year, because I'm, like I said, I'm like 1,000,000% it's going to happen. But if it doesn't, there's only one more possible year, and that would be 2025. Okay? That would be the last time you will ever, mark my words on this one. Mark my words, next year will be the last year you ever hear me talk about this, because then it would make absolutely no sense. That means that every single thing in this world is a coincidence. So from now on, pay attention, folks. If any of you watch a Gematria channel after next year, listen to me. If it doesn't happen, first of all, I know it's going to happen this year, but if it doesn't happen next year, don't you ever watch another Gematria channel ever again. Because that means that all these number equations are nothing but garbage. Okay? That's it. Because there is no way that this is possible. Okay? For these connections to match so perfectly and to the rituals and everything, and for it not to happen is almost impossible. Okay? Literally impossible. That's why I keep saying to you that do not ever watch another Gematria channel if it doesn't happen. Next year, I'm talking about. This year, I would be, like I said, I would be completely shocked if it doesn't happen. All right? Yes, my two predictions are June 11th for Washington State and August 4th is Trump's headwind in Ohio. Those are the two predictions. All right? And but like I said, after 2025, these predictions make zero sense. The numbers don't match, nothing matches, okay? So that's what I'm telling you. Next year will be the final year you ever see my face on YouTube, okay? because that means that everything in this world is just coincidence, and I'm just going to all I'm going to be doing every day is reading that Bible and waiting for my time to come. That way I can go to heaven and get the full truth. Okay? Because on this earth, we're never going to get the full truth. The only closest thing you're ever going to get to the full truth is that Bible. And of course, Jesus, who is the only truth. That's why I'm saying I can't wait to meet him, you know, and have him judge me and say, you know, well done, servant. You know, my what is it? My faithful servant. I can't remember now. But anyway, you understand what I'm saying. Good and faithful servant. Yes, I can't wait to get my crown and my mansion. Yeah. But even if I don't get one, as long as I'm in heaven, that's all that matters. But you know, I've already told you what I believe about why I was chosen. But you'll see. Anyway, like I said, all those other Gematria channels, every single one of them who claim to be prophets, every single one of them, every time they've gotten their predictions wrong, they've changed the dates, they changed the players, they changed the place, because it's not. And they said it was from the Holy Spirit. How could you say that it's from the Holy Spirit and you're changing the dates and changing the players, changing the places? What are you doing? See, that's why you don't see me change it, because it is from the Holy Spirit. Okay, if you can't tell the difference, notice that I'm the only one who doesn't monetize the videos, doesn't ask for any money, because I have no agenda. All right, and I don't misinterpret the Bible as these people do. All right, these sick people who try to interpret the Bible where there is no room for interpretation. All right. And you people know who you are. Sitting there telling everybody that Satan slept with Eve when it doesn't say that in the Bible. Nowhere. It says Adam knew Eve his wife, and she bore Cain, and then she said, "Oh, I have gotten a man from." She said, "It says Adam knew Eve his wife. She conceived and bore Cain, and then she said, I have gotten a man from the Lord." Okay, and you're going to tell me that it was Satan that that Cain was from? No, Cain had the spirit of Satan. Okay, that's what it means when God says that he's of his, he was of Satan, because he had the spirit of Satan. He didn't have his seed. Okay, so don't misinterpret. I mean, don't. There's no room for interpretation on that Bible verse. All right, now in the book of Revelation, there is room for interpretation, because nobody could understand what the beast side of the sea revelation is. That's why I said this event in Washington State is the beast out of the sea revelation, and you're going to see it come to fruition. And this Elvis has something to do with it. Like I said, either his name or his image or the number of his name is going to somehow be the mark of the beast. And Trump is here to make sure of that, because Trump is the image of the beast. He is the Antichrist in the flesh, okay? And Obama is the third wheel to this charade. That's why Trump gets his head wound on Obama's birthday, August 4th. Trump gets the head wound on August 4th, on Obama's birthday. And because Obama was needed to get the black and white balance within the world, They have to get to both, all the people have to be bamboozled. Yeah, like I said, I believe, like I said, if I'm not a gambler anymore, but if I were to, if I had money, let's say someone said, "How much would you gamble?" If I had $1 million, I would bet 990,000 on it. That would happen today. I would leave myself with 10,000 just to eat. But do you understand? That's how sure I am that it should happen this year. But again, I give it only one last year, and that would be next year. After that, the numbers make 0 sense. There's literally none of it would make any sense next year. All right, after next year. But I'm almost 100% that it's this year. And again, what is going to happen in the state of Washington? What is it that's going to happen? First of all, people, can you thumb up the videos, you heathens? You lukewarm, lazy, unappreciative bums. Can you thumb up the video? Unbelievable, man. Got 104 people in here, only 29 thumbs up. Other people, they give you 1 minute of their time and you thumb up their stupid videos. Me, I can't even get you guys to do anything. You won't even lift a finger to help me. Yeah, you give me a finger, but ain't that one. But anyway, listen. What is going to happen in Washington? What is this event? Now, if you use your logic, folks, what is this event going to be? Okay? The most logical thing, oh, by the way, for the people, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I've been telling people how August 4th connects to August 5th, because it lands on a leap year. August 4th lands on the August 5th day. That's why 8/4, it's the dates that these events are going to happen are exactly like I said, June 11th and August 4th. But August 4th lands on the August 5th day. So 8/4 connects to the 8/5. June 11th lands on the June 12th day because it's a leap year. So 6/11 connects to 6/12. And that's why I'm saying that I believe that the Seattle event, the Washington event, the Washington State event on June 11th will probably happen in the afternoon, after 4, because that way, or after 12, whatever, after 4, because that way it'll be the next day in the UK, okay? That way it connects to all the days perfectly, you know, to 611 and 612, which is what I've been saying for the last year now about the 611 612 connection because of leap year, and 84 connecting to 85. Now with the 8485, I'm not sure what time the Trump thing will happen. The Trump thing can happen anytime, but the 611, I believe, is going to happen in the afternoon because it has to connect to both days. Anyway, so what is going to happen in Washington State? Well, first, let me just go through Trump's head wound. So, what is Trump's head wound going to be? I have no idea how he's going to get the head wound. It could be some explosion. It could be many people who die, and he just happens to, be in the middle of all of it. I don't know what's going to happen. Could it be his twin that everyone thinks he has? Because to me, he does look like he has a twin. Because sometimes he looks completely different, and other times, because there's a better looking version of Trump than the other one. So I'm not sure. So could it be a real event where they make it look so real in front of everybody? You know what I mean? I don't know. So whatever it is, it's going to be on August 4th, okay? And I'm 100% about the date, but I'm 99% about where, which is Ohio. But I'm 100% about the date, 8/4. Now, the June 11th event, what is going to happen in Washington State on June 11th? Now, what is the event going to be? Now, because I told you guys that Elvis is connected to this beyond a shadow of a doubt, I've proved it with thousands of connections that the state of Washington and the Seattle connection and the fact that it's in King County and Elvis is known as the King. Seattle SLU wins the Triple Crown the same year Elvis died on June 11th. He won it. Seattle SLU on June 11th, the same year Elvis died in 1977. Horse racing is known as the sport of kings. SLU means to violently kill. Seattle SLU wins the Triple Crown, the most prestigious thing a horse can do in horse racing, which is the sport of kings. Elvis is known as the King. Seattle's in King County. And who died in Memphis, Tennessee? Elvis lived and died in Memphis, Tennessee, but who died in Memphis, Tennessee? Martin Luther King. So the king had the king whacked in Memphis, Tennessee, because there can only be one king. And so Elvis has the king whacked where Elvis lived and died. And now Seattle's King County is named after Martin Luther King. They're going to do what they supposedly did to Martin Luther King. You understand? They're going to whack King County. All right? That's why they did that demolition of the Kingdom. Because Kingdom sounds like kingdom. They're going to destroy King County and all of everything. There's going to be residual effect. Okay? So it's not going to just affect the King County area. But probably ground zero might be that area. But it's going to affect all of the west side and especially the part that looks like Elvis's head. For people who've never seen that, let me just show this part and I'm going to end the video soon, okay? Someone's saying that Racy means president. That's interesting. Wow, I didn't know that. And that's so funny. I was going to look up what these names meant, but I was like, Google's not going to understand what I'm saying anyway. I was too lazy to type it. But yeah, that's a good one if that's right. So the president's last name meant president? Wow. Unreal. And it means head? Unreal. There's a head wound connection right there. So do you see that? Rashida says that in the chat. That's a great catch if it's correct. I'll check it. Let me just show this real quick. Yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Something about somebody got disqualified. I don't know what you guys are telling me. So let me just. Oh, in Swahili. Oh, okay. So in Swahili, that's what it means. Yeah, I don't know. what that is, but yeah, it doesn't matter. At least, yeah, as long as it means something that way. So here's the part of Washington State that looks like Elvis's head. Okay, so this is, just the outer lining of Washington State. Okay, so we're gonna be looking at this part right here. This is the whole state of Washington. Now look, this is the part I want you to look at. So first, let's look at Elvis's side profile. You see his side profile? You see his hair? You see how his hair's sticking way up right here? Okay? Now look, this is the part I'm talking about right here. See it? Because this is Seattle. This is the King County area right here. And this is Elvis's head right here. See? This is his hair way up here. This is the front of his face. This is his chin. This is a little bit of his neck. This is the back of his head. This is the top of his head and hair. You see? That's Elvis's head right there. And they were calling this place the Chop Zone during the pandemic. They were calling it the Chop Zone. See? Living near Chop in Seattle. Chop equals 42. And Elvis died at the age of 42. Washington is the 42nd state. You see? That looks like Elvis's head right there. Okay? Now, so and remember, Trump, he lives right now in Florida, but he's going to get his head one in Ohio on August 4th. But he lives in Florida, and Florida looks like Trump's head. You see, this looks like his hair. That's Florida. If this was his color hair, it would be exact match. And it looks like a pistol. So it looks like a pistol, and it looks like the top of his head. Florida. But he's going to get his head wound in Ohio. Okay? Ohio's got so many connections to Trump. I'm not going to get into it here. You just got to watch my videos, okay, to understand it. Oops. Almost accidentally deleted the video. Ended the video. So anyway, so what's going to happen in Washington State? Let's try to figure this out. So if this is going to be something that changes the world, folks, because remember what 9/11 did. 9/11, this is going to be 100 times bigger than 9/11. Okay? It has to be. Okay? It has to be bigger for it to be a world changer. Oh man, my eyes itching. So after 9/11, what did they do? They started a war. What what they did. How many people did they kill after? In Iraq or whatever the heck they did in the Middle East. So, so whatever this event is, it has to be something that you would think that would have to, because I don't believe in nukes, but I believe that they can plant all these explosives under the city, into the tunnels and everything. All right. Yeah, somebody's saying Florida is the orange state. That's right. And Washington's the apple state, which is connected to that I Pet Goat video. I'm not going to get into it here. But, I go watch my Taylor Swift is the Apple Girl video, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But, so yeah, that's a good one. And, and they call Trump the orange man, right? But anyway, so if they plant all these explosives everywhere, they can make it look like it was a nuke. You know what I mean? So now, what could be the outcome? So if they say it's a nuke, and they start going to war and doing all these weird things, I don't know what they're going to do after. They might not even know who did it. You know what I mean? I don't know what they're going to do. But here's what I'm saying. So I don't know what's going to happen. But I'll tell you this, whatever it is, it could cause catastrophe after catastrophe. I can't use that word, calamity, whatever the hell. So it could cause the volcano going off, or it could cause an earthquake, or it could cause a tsunami. So it could be like multiple calamity or whatever catastrophes. Um, and you know, Elvis, his name equals exactly the same as the word water. Elvis, every letter, I mean, every number, forward, backward, reduced in gematria equals the same as Elvis. Elvis equals water, Elvis equals reset. Reset equals water, water equals Elvis. Elvis equals reset, Elvis equals water. And how did God reset the earth? With the flood. So I told you it's complete mockery what they're doing. Okay? Look, all I can tell you is get out. Yeah, that's the word I'm trying to say. Cataclysm. Yeah, I can't even say it. But yeah, yes, listen. If you are living in Canada, just get away from the water. Okay, but for the people in Washington, you got to get completely out of Washington State, and especially from near the water. So if I was if I was living in Washington, I would move away from the west, all of the west side, even the southwest, northwest. I'm talking about of Washington State. Get out all of Washington west side, and I'm talking about all of it, where I showed you where Elvis's head is and everything. And but if you can't leave Washington State for some crazy reason, which I don't understand, drive and stay at a hotel southeast in Washington, the furthest southeast you can go in Washington State. But if you can get out of Washington State before June 11th, just do it, man. It's just do it for 1-2 days. Don't come back. All right. Just for that June 11th, and don't come back till June 13th, whatever the hell. Because if there's nothing to come back to, what are you going to care anyway? Just make sure you take your important papers, money, and some clothes, and items that you need just for and take your important things, and take your pets, whatever, in your family, whatever, and just get out of there just for that one stinking day, folks. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Christian. I've actually talked about that with the clock and everything. Yeah. But anyway, so that's why I'm saying the most logical explanation you would think that would be a nuke. But then again, if it's a nuke, then we'd have to go to war, and then there might not be an election or something. I don't know. Or basically, or will we do a strike back and that's it? Or what is it? What is it that's going to happen? I have no idea. All I know is that on June 11th, there's going to be some type of event. And all we can do is pray that they do something more different, like maybe go for some kind of fake alien invasion. But nobody's going to believe an alien thing unless they do damage. So they're still going to have to do damage because nobody's going to believe it unless the aliens literally, of course, we don't believe in aliens, but I'm saying, as Christians, we don't believe in nonsense like that, okay? Whatever these people tell us, believe the opposite, okay? The only thing you can believe is that Bible, all right? And make sure you read the right Bible, not some brand new Bibles with these weird interpretations. But the point I'm trying to make is that uh, whatever they tell you, it's usually the exact opposite. All right. Anyway, folks, I got to say this before I end the video. Yeah, we believe in demons, absolutely. You know, I know that demons possess these crazy people everywhere, but I don't believe in aliens. Okay, so that's, if you want to call the demons aliens, that's fine, but they're not coming in spaceships. All right, all that nonsense. Yeah, I believe that the Earth is not a spinning ball hurling through an endless space. So that's another lie that they've told us. They've never been to space. They're a bunch of liars. Okay, so that's an. I don't want to get into that. All right, but we don't live on a spinning ball hurling through an endless space. That's a bunch of nonsense. Um, and it's not that I don't want to talk about it. I'm saying I don't want to talk about it right now because my throat's hurting. I want to end the video, but I want to make people, anyone who's new to the channel, this is what you have to do. First of all, make sure you watch this video from the very beginning, okay? And that way you can understand what I predicted. Now, um, and what I called correctly that would happen today. Pay attention. If you're new to the channel, make sure you go to the video section of this channel, watch parts 1 through 7 of my 666 connections to Elvis. Parts 1 through 7, it's the same thumbnail, those 7 videos. After you watch them in order, 1 through 7, under the video section, the 666 Elvis connections under the video section. Then after that, go to the live stream section of the channel and watch the last 10 months of videos. Just work your way back and you will understand what all the connections. And you just got to be patient, folks, because I don't have all those bells and whistles that other channels have. They can show the creepy music and they show images. I don't have that, capability, to do all that. All right. Any last words you guys want to talk about or anything? Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, we'll see what this helicopter crash thing connection was. We'll see if he ends up being found alive or if he's dead. We'll see. It doesn't matter. Either way, it doesn't matter. If he's found dead or he's alive, it makes no difference. The point is the ritual happened already. It was connected to a president, which I said was connected to Trump. Trump's the president. Was the president. He's going for the next one, and I was connected to that day, and it was connected to 12/14, and that's what the dude's birthday is. It's just absolutely ridiculous. When was the president of Iran born?
According to Wikipedia, Ibrahim Raisal Sadati, Persian, born the 14th of December 1960.
So 12/14. That's what I told you. 12/14/1960. So just watch the video from the beginning and you'll understand how I was connecting everything a couple of days ago, telling people that it would connect to today. All right, go watch the video. It would connect to 519, 520, but 519 more, but also to 520. And that's what's happening because right now it's 520 over there. They didn't find him yet. So once they're making it a 2-day thing. And is there a water connection to this? Oh yeah. Someone was telling me that it has something to do with the dam. Some other commenter was saying that there was some dam connection, and that some other channel was talking about it too. And what was that? Now I can't remember. Oh yeah, something about that he was at a dam or something. I don't know. The what? No, this was in Iran. I mean, not Iran, Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan. It was something to do with the dam. I don't know. But there's a water connection. See? That's another connection to Elvis, because Elvis equals water, Elvis equals reset, and it's all about a rebirth. because Elvis is the Phoenix Rising. He's the Kraken. He's the beast out of the sea in Seattle. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because his image, his name, or the number of his name is going to rise out of that event. It's the biblical beast out of the sea revelation. That's what that is. That June 11th event. Okay, they're going to birth the Antichrist. Okay, just watch my videos how I prove all of that. If you watch every video, believe me, you'll be amazed at the connections. Just anyway, any last words from anybody before I end the video? 4 more minutes, folks. I want to keep the video under an hour. I'll come back on tomorrow morning at around 11. Yeah. California time, 11 tomorrow, between 11 and 12. Yeah, it was in somewhere over there, wherever it was, the Azerbaijan. Yeah, somebody's saying something about the Hoover Dam. Yeah, people have been predicting the Hoover Dam since 2007 or something like that. And nothing's ever happened to the Hoover Dam. But it would make sense, that something would happen. Who knows? This might affect that place. We'll see what the residual effect is of this Washington State event. Could it go further down south? I don't know. I don't think it's gonna go further, but you never know. That's why I keep telling you guys, just get away from the water, and especially get out of Washington. That's the main place to get out of. Get out of Washington State and stay away from the coastline. I'm talking about if you're not in Washington. When all the people in Washington, you need to get out. But for the people who live in the other states lower, just stay away from the water area. Yeah, I've talked about that devil comet. Yep, it's all connected, folks. The Antichrist is about to be birthed. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They can't locate the helicopter that crashed because they're trying to make it a 2-day thing. I'm trying to make you guys understand that. It's going to go into tomorrow. That somehow tomorrow they're going to come up with the news that they found it, or either he was found dead or he's alive, and or they resuscitated him. Watch, I mean, some crazy story, I don't know what you're talking about. Nobody erased your comment. What? Nobody erased your comment. YouTube might have erased it. I didn't erase your comment. Oh, is that what they were calling it? An inauguration of a dam? Well, there you go. Because see, can I tell you why they call it an inauguration? Because they don't want to call it a christening, because they're not Christians, right? So they don't want to use the word christening. So they use inauguration, which they do for a president, you see? So everything's connected to what I'm telling you. Anyway, just watch this video that I just put up. This one, I mean. Watch it from the beginning, and I explain how I predicted this. It's exact connections practically. Like, it's like 90%, perfect. Yeah, anyway, God bless all of you, and I appreciate everyone interacting in the video, and I'm going to end the video right now, okay? All right. Yes, I did. Yeah, I did mention that. Anyway, God bless you guys. Jesus is God. End of video. Make sure you watch the video from the beginning. End of video. Jesus is God. I can't even end this video. I'm trying, because you know they have so many buttons on this stupid phone now. They changed it on me. Well, now I went over for a minute. Now I'll do another minute here. Listen, just I need to end the video because my throat hurts. Okay. Anyway, God bless all of you. Jesus is God. All right. Again, I have to repeat for the people who are new to the channel. I got to say this because it's so important. If you're new to the channel, because I know there's a few new people, make sure you watch. Go to the video section of this channel after you watch this whole video. Go start over and watch it. But go to the video section of this channel after you watch this video. Go to the video section and watch my 666 connections to Elvis. It's parts 1 through 7. All right, make sure you watch parts 1 through 7 of the Elvis 666 connections in order. And that's under the video section. Then from there, go to the live stream section after you finish those 7 videos. Go to the live stream section and just watch the last 10 months of videos. Just work your way back slowly. All right, and you will see how I'm connecting all of this. All right. Anyway. Oh, and by the way, if you want to see my testimony video, how I came to all of this throughout my life, go to the live stream section. It's from 8 or 9 months ago. Just go back 8 months and look for it. It's 2 hours and 8 minutes long. It's called Jurassic Testimony. In the beginning was the King Man's Son. Just look for that video. All right. Anyway. All right. Now I'm going to end the video. Let me just look at the last comment here. All right. End of video. Jesus is God.